There's nothing like it. The excitement of Texas Tech men's basketball. And now, with all the pregame analysis from the best, this is KMAC Red Raider Nation's Countdown to Tip-Off.
Back again on Countdown to Tip-Off, getting you ready for Texas Tech and West Virginia coming up here in a few minutes out at United Supermarkets Arena. But before we do that, we crash the boards, Mason, and we start with a guy we mentioned in the last segment. He's done a lot of stuff for the Red Raiders of late. Kevin O'Banner.
Yes.
He started to pick it up on the offensive end, but he's been doing the job as the team's leading rebounder, basically, for the entire season. We're going to set the number for tonight's or this morning's contest for 8.5 rebounds. Can he get 8.5 or over under 8.5 rebounds today against that Mountaineer team?
I mean, that's a good line. I mean, he had 8 against Iowa State in that last game, but I'm actually going to say he's going to have a little bit more coming up later on today. I am going with the over on this one. Like I said, this is going to be a physical basketball game. And Kevin O'Banner's been known to either have a lot of points in a game or a lot of rebounds. It's never really been one or the other, or both, I should say. It's always been one or the other. I think this is a game where he's going to know his role under the boards, pull it down against the team in the Big 12 that you can make the case is the worst rebounding team in the entire Big 12. I think KO's going to have a big day under the boards.
And for that reason, it does scare me, especially on the offensive end. Had several offensive rebounds against Iowa State. Did a lot of work there for the Red Raiders, saying that we've talked about West Virginia's defense. I know it's kind of not what it used to have been, but if they can block out on the offensive end, limit his rebounds there, I'll go under, maybe doing most of his work on the defensive end with the rebounds. All right, next up, we go with charges. We're talking about two great defensive programs here. We got to talk about charges, not flop charges, legitimate charges here. Over under 3.5 in this one.
Oh, I shouldn't
have
even erased it. For the Red Raiders, yeah. I shouldn't have even erased this. I am going over on this. Did I not just say this entire show that Texas Tech is going to take their bumps and bruises in this one? It's not about the punches that you take. It's about rolling with them. This is going to be more of a boxing match than it is a basketball game. If Texas Tech can do what they've been doing in games of late and taking those charges and getting the ball back in their favor, they're going to be just fine. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do in this one. I'm
going to go opposite of you. I tend to agree, you know, Davion Warren, he could get all of them by himself, right? Maybe he gets in foul trouble and they actually call, you know, a block instead of a charge here or there. Maybe they swallow the whistles in this one. Hard to believe they're going to swallow the whistle in a Texas Tech West Virginia. All right, we wrap things up now with the headline for this one. And, man, I'm not going to go Eric Kelly route and just go with country roads, which is what he did every single time last year, even in a non-West Virginia game, which was weird in itself. But I'll let you fire away.
Hold on. There we go. Phil already mentioned I'm a Syracuse guy, so yes, I'm not going to do less of a Big 12 reference, more of an old school Big East reference.
Okay.
Right here. Press, Virginia. West Virginia's offense is based on streakiness. If they can get into a rhythm, they are a hard team to beat in this conference. If you can alleviate that early on, you're going to be perfectly fine. Mark Adams is already known for coming out of the gates in that full court press. I think if you can throw them off their rhythm fast, it's going to be hard for them to catch a rhythm at all during this game.
See, and I was going to go that. We've been pretty close a couple of times this year. I was going to go mess Virginia.
Ooh, okay. I like that
but instead, another tip of the cap to the Red Raiders getting a win here. Bad news, Huggy Bear. Sorry, Huggy Bear, you're going to leave Lubbock with another loss. I know you won here last year. Red Raiders going to get their revenge today at the USA. All right, we talked a lot bit about this matchup here at the USA. Let's look at the rest of the Big 12 slate. Oklahoma State going for the season sweep against, how are they still ranked? The 23rd ranked Texas Longhorns.
How are they still ranked? They still have fans going.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say. That tips off at 1 and over under how many fans will be in an empty Frank Irwin Center, right? Then at 2 o'clock, 5th ranked Baylor travels to Norman to take on an Oklahoma team that has lost 3 straight. 2 games get underway at 3 o'clock. 7th ranked Kansas in Manhattan for that Sunflower Showdown. Can Bruce Weber's bunch get another win against a ranked team in the Octagon of Doom? I say no. And Iowa State welcomes TCU into Hilton Coliseum. All right, time for one final break here on Countdown to Tip-Off. Up next, time to give our best effort. I'm passing this bolo tie off. I got to find a better trio in this contest. We pick 3 when Countdown to Tip-Off.
That's the one.
It's not football season, Collier. We'll be back.